She already knew what time it was. He was squinting at the sun. This is the entire history of humanity in 2 sentences. Before clocks, before calendars, before the man who announces the time to 7 people who also have watches. 50,000 years ago, rock, mud, sky. And in the middle of all that, a cave woman named Groka is already awake, not because something startled her, because her body told her exactly when to open her eyes. Precisely, every morning, without a single tool. The tribe is still unconscious. Groka is already reading the sky, tracking shadows, calculating when the rains arrive, and privately cataloging the failures of every sleeping person around her. 3 fires down, a caveman named Grug is beginning to stir. Grug does not know what time it is. Grug does not know what daytimes it is. Grug is lying on a flat rock, wearing the expression of a man personally betrayed by morning. He squints at the sun. The sun offers nothing. He squints harder. The sun continues to not care. He looks at the shadows. Long or short? He cannot tell. He has looked at shadows his entire life, and they have never once given him a straight answer. Grug stands up, stretches, nods slowly. He has the posture of a man who knows exactly what is happening. He has absolutely no idea what is happening. Now, here is where the science makes things uncomfortable. Researchers studying circadian biology have found that women demonstrate measurably more consistent internal timekeeping. The current evidence times suggests. The data times indicates. Because science, unlike Grug, does not make promises it cannot keep. But the pattern is real enough to notice. Female circadian rhythms appear more tightly synchronized to environmental light cues, more consistent under stress, more resistant to seasonal disruption. The working theory is not magic, it is evolutionary logic. For hundreds of thousands of years, the cost of getting timing wrong fell heavier times on women. Miss the harvest window tribe goes hungry. Misread the migration, no meat for winter. Precision was not a personality trait. Precision was the price of everyone else surviving. But Groka's real gift was the system times she built. Every night, she pressed a small notch into a piece of flat bone. 1 mark per night. A line when the moon disappeared. A circle when it returned. 28 marks. 1 complete cycle. Repeat, repeat, repeat. The oldest known calendar artifacts in the archaeological record are bones, roughly 20 to 30,000 years old, covered in notch patterns that mirror lunar cycles almost exactly. Nobody knows with certainty who made them, but some researchers have quietly noted that the people most likely tracking seasonal food windows and migration timing were women. The bone was probably not decorative. Groka was probably not bored. Back to Grug. Grug has now been outside for 25 minutes attempting to extract time information from the sky through sustained eye contact. His eyes hurt. He has learned nothing. He turns to Og, the youngest tribe member, small, skeptical, disturbingly observant, and announces with complete authority. Sun is middle. The sun is nowhere near the middle. Og makes the face that children across all of human history have made when an adult says something catastrophically wrong and expects applause. Grug does not notice. Grug is now gesturing times at the sun, explaining the sun, to people who can also see the sun. Here is what Groka was doing during this presentation. Reading shadows. Not staring at them like a man losing an argument with the ground times measuring times them. Using angles, lengths, and directions she had memorized across years of uninterrupted observation. No instrument, no ceremony, just compounded attention the tribe had consistently mistaken for her simply standing quietly. When she announced it was time to move camp before the rainfall, the tribe hesitated. When the rain arrived exactly on schedule, the tribe called it luck. When it happened again the following month, and every season after, the tribe started quietly consulting Groka before every major decision. They did not announce this, they simply did it. They also continued pretending the decisions were entirely their own. Groka found this very funny. She kept the joke entirely to herself. 50,000 years later. Different rocks. Better rocks. Rocks with Wi-Fi. A man glances at his phone, announces the time to a room full of people who also have phones, and nods with the quiet satisfaction of someone who has just solved an urgent problem. A woman across the room has already restructured the afternoon schedule twice, tracked 4 parallel timelines, and calculated exactly how much time remains before everything needs to happen. She watches him nod. She finds it very funny. She keeps the joke entirely to herself. Some things travel 50,000 years without changing a single detail. Groka never needed anyone to tell her what time it was. She built the clock. She read the sky. She tracked the moon. She ran the calendar for an entire civilization that didn't know it was being run. You carry Groka's clock. The only question is, are you actually paying attention?